जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। यशोदानंदन व्रजजानराञ्जन। यशोदानंदन व्रजजानराञ्जन। यमुनतीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की स्वामी की श्री राधा मदन मोहन कृष्ण बलराम गौनिताय विष्णुदेव जगन्नाथ पुरुषोत्तम की Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 15th Chapter, Instructions for Civilized Human Beings, Text 75. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yuyang Nriloke Bata Bhuri Bhaga Lokam Punana Munayo Abhiyanti Yeshang Grihan Avasatiti Sakshat Gudham Param Brahma Manushalingam Yuyang Niloke Batabhuri Bhaga Lokam Punana Munayo Bhiyanti Yeshang Grihana Vasatiti Sakshat Gudhang Parang Brahma Manushalingam Yuyang Riloke Batavori Bhaga Lokam Punana Munayo Bhiyanti Yeshang Grihan Avasatiti Sakshat Gudhang Param Brahma Manushalingam Viyang Riloke Batavori Bhaga Lokam Punana Munayo Bhiyanti Yeshang Grihana Vasatiti Sakshat Godam Param Brahma Manushalingam. Mataji's. What word meaning? Translation put by Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat. Yuyam, all of you Pandavas, reloke in this material world. But indeed, Bhuri Bhagaha, extremely fortunate. Lokam, all the planets of the universe. Punanaha, who can purify. Munaha, great saintly persons. Abhiyanti, come to visit, just like ordinary persons. Yesham, of whom. Grihan, the house of the Pandavas. Avasati, resides. Iti, thus. Sakshad, directly. Gudham, very confidential. Param, transcendental. Brahma, the Param Brahma. Krishna. Manushyalingam, as if an ordinary human being. Translation, my dear Maharaj Yudhishthir, you Pandavas are so very fortunate in this world that many great saints who can purify all the planets of the universe come to your house just like ordinary visitors. Furthermore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is living confidentially with you in your house just like your brother. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Here is a statement exalting a Vaishnava. In human society, a Brahmana is the most respectful person. A Brahmana is one who can understand Brahman, the impersonal Brahman. But hardly ever can one understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is described by Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita as Parang Brahma. A Brahmana may be extremely fortunate in having achieved Brahma Jnana, but the Pandavas were so exalted that the Param Brahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was living in their house like an ordinary human being. The word Bhuri Bhagaha indicates that the Pandavas were in a still higher position than Brahmacharis and Brahmanas. In the following verses, Narad Muni repeatedly glorifies the position of the Pandavas. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So Narad Muni is glorifying the unique position of Pandavas, and he is telling to Yudhishthir Maharaj that they are so exalted that the Brahmanas and great saintly personalities used to visit their place like an ordinary visitors. And moreover, Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, he is living with Pandavas like a family guest. So if we see the whole 15th chapter, Narad Muni, from the beginning he was describing about Brahmanas. He was basically describing different grades of the Brahmanas, and then he was glorifying Brahmanas. Grihasthas should give charity to Brahmanas. The Shraddha ceremony should be conducted under the strict guidance of Brahmanas. So in this way he was glorifying Brahmanas, but at the end of the chapter, he's saying even those Brahmanas, they are visiting your place like an ordinary guest. So that means it's like, how Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur repeated Brahmanas and established the superiority of Vaishnavas. So in the beginning he was glorifying Brahmanas are these. But finally he said Vaishnavas are even superior than Brahmanas. So whole chapter Narad Muni was glorifying Brahmanas, but at the end he is saying those Brahmanas are visiting Pandavas, who are actually great devotees of Krishna. So that's how Narad Muni is establishing that the position of a devotee is much, much higher than Brahmanas and saintly people. In the purport, Prabhupada, in order to establish that point, Prabhupada, made two comparisons. So in the purport, first thing Prabhupada said, Brahmanas, they knows impersonal Brahman, whereas Arjun knew Param Brahma. Param Brahma, Param Dham. So that understanding is not so easy. Although in Bhagavad Gita, Arjun time to time he became confused, but he was a great devotee of Krishna. And we can well imagine that in Srila Prabhupada, before his initiation, on his offering, he just wrote this line, Param Brahma Param Dham Praman Kurile Tumi Nirvisheshir Nirvana Ban Tajilo Bharata Bhumi. Simply by hearing that statement written by Srila Prabhupada from Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur became so pleased, and he told his disciples that whatever Abhay Babu writes, just print in our newsletters. So that understanding Arjuna got. But Brahmanas, maximum they can have the understanding of impersonal Brahman. The second comparison Srila Prabhupada made is the Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. Those who have Brahma Jnana, they are Brahman. But Pandavas, especially Prabhupada is talking about Arjuna, he had Krishna Jnana. And that's why Krishna personally came in the house of Pandavas. Just like that Brahman from South India and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was visiting Srirangam, he was holding Bhagavad Gita upside down, wrong direction, but he was crying. All the Brahmanas, they are making fun and joke. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came out of the temple after darshan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him. So those Brahmanas, they might have Brahma Gyan, but this Brahman, he got Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Gyan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to him. So in upcoming few verses, Narad Muni is going to glorify Pandavas, their exalted positions. There are so many incidents we find in Mahabharata and Srimad Bhagavatam, how Pandavas were extremely dear to Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna said, Sakheti matta prasavam praduktam. He Krishna, he Yadav, he Sakhet. So Krishna gave him that right. That's why Arjuna was dealing with Krishna like as an ordinary friend. And if we see the special position of Pandavas, Krishna entered into the womb of Uttara to protect Abhimanyu. So our acharyas, they explain these Pandavas are so special that Krishna second time he entered into the womb of after Devaki. So that is a special privilege Pandavas got. Otherwise, Krishna never comes. Devaki, Vasudev, they had to perform severe austerity penance. Sutapa, Prishnigarva, then only Krishna entered into the womb of Devaki. But Uttara, without doing anything, just she said, Pahi Pahi Maha Yogin Deva Deva Jagatpate. Simply by her prayers, Krishna came, entered into her home. And he gave that privilege of Parikshit Maharaj as his brother. Because in the same womb. So that shows how Pandavas, they are dear to Krishna. There are many other incidents In Mahabharata we find how Krishna favored Pandavas. Like, how was the plague? What was Krishna's intervention there? Krishna? Not Krishna. It was Vidur actually. He suggested some plan, how rat comes out when there is fire. Yes. Jayadratha. That is actually important in an episode of Mahabharata. That when Arjun took vow to kill powerful Yadratha, that time Krishna was little bit, he was worried about. The Jayadratha was very mighty, was very powerful. So Krishna actually that time he said, Arjun is like my life. Anyone, he says, if Arjun dies, my life will be finished. And he further said, anyone who is enemy of Arjun, he is my enemy. And anyone who is friend of Arjun, he is my friend. And that's why, Krishna, cheated Jayadratha. He covered the sun with his disc. What else? Draupadi's, disrobing. Krishna saved Draupadi from disrobing, complete disrobing. Bhishma the 5 arrows. Or Krishna actually sent Arjuna to, ask that 5 arrows from, Duryodhana. And even if we say Rajasuya Yagya, when Yudhishthira Maharaj was organizing Rajasuya Yagya, Krishna took the responsibility of taking care of the shoes of the Brahmanas. And in some version of Mahabharata, it says not only he was taking care of the shoes of the Brahmanas, it's not because Krishna respects Brahmanas, but it's also because Krishna loves Pandavas. And it says that Krishna not only took care of the shoes of the Brahmanas, he was taking care of the garves also. After eating, they were throwing the plates, and Krishna was, taking care of those also. And he saved Arjuna in several occasions, like Karna, when he shot Nagastra. And that time, Krishna applied pressure on the chariot, and it got, sunk. That's why, he was saved, Arjuna. And then what else? Krishna saved Parikshit Maharaj. Krishna saved Parikshit Maharaj. So, yes, Bhishmadev, he personally broke his promise to save Arjuna from the attack of Bhishmadev. Even he saved, Bhima from Dhritarashtra at the end of Kurukshetra battle. You remember that Krishna only he placed that, a statue of iron, Bhima's statue made of iron, which was actually made by Duryodhana for practice. So Krishna placed, that's how he saved Bhima. So there are several occasions how Krishna saved Pandavas from different difficulties. So that's why Pandavas, they were extremely dear to Krishna. Krishna was almost exhibiting all the mellows with Pandavas. Like if we see Pandavas' whole family, like Draupadi was motherly figure for Krishna, aunt. And then Yudhishthir, Bhim, like elder brothers, different mellow. Arjuna is like friend. Nakul, Sahadev, they were offering respect to Krishna, junior. And Draupadi, sister. So all the mellows are there. So Krishna was very happy with Pandavas because he was getting all the mellows in one family. And if you see actually whole Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, actually we are discussing about Pandavas only. So whole Bhagavatam is Parikshit Maharaj, Pandava. Bhagavad Gita is Arjun, Pandava again. So without Pandava actually we can't practice Krishna consciousness. So that's the whole, our scripture, all the scriptures are, kind of centered around Pandavas only. So that shows how important character Pandavas played. That's why it says, our Acharya say, root of the Kauravas were Dhritarashtra, whereas root of the Pandavas were not Pandu, but Krishna. That is the difference between Kauravas and Pandavas. So like Avicharan Prabhu, Draupadi's things, in some version of one of Mahabharata in in South India, some Acharya, they said Krishna was, although Krishna protected Draupadi, but before departing from this material world in Dwaraka, Krishna kind of repented. He said, I delayed to save Draupadi, to protect Draupadi. Only in one occasion Krishna was delayed. Otherwise, he was almost on time to protect Pandavas. Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Krishna Ram Gauranitai Nishangdev Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki. Actually, once Uddhava, he was kind of friendly. He asked this question to Krishna. My dear Lord Krishna, you are so dear to Pandavas. Every time you used to be present in front of them to protect them. But what happened? Why did you go? And Dushashan, he was disrobing Draupadi. So two part of that story is, one is that time Swalva attacked Dwaraka. That's why Krishna had to go to Dwaraka to fight against Swalva. He was fighting from the sky. But another story Krishna told Uddhava. He said, my dear Uddhava, see how this gambling match was about to start. Although they didn't invited me, but yet I was there in Hastinapur, outside of their palace. And I was waiting when my brother Yudhishthira will invite me, but without invitation, how can I go? And then he said, I was like standing on one leg and I was about to enter into the assembly. But see, on my mind, I was chastising my brother Yudhishthira, and I was telling the Yudhishthira, Duryodhana is far better than you, because he knew that he will not win this match. That's why he appointed his uncle Shakuni. You could have appointed me, then there would have been better fight between Shakuni and myself. But Duryodhana had much better knowledge than you. You didn't appoint me. You didn't even think about me. And I was about to enter into that assembly. And even after losing your kingdom, you didn't call me. Even after losing your brothers, you didn't call me. And even after losing your wife, you didn't call me. I was almost kind of ready to enter into the assembly, but without invitation card, how can I enter? And then, even Draupadi, she was always telling, she is my devotee, she is my devotee. But when Dushasana was dragging her into the assembly, she was looking towards her husbands, Bhishmadev, Karna, Bhishmadev, Kripacharya, and Dronacharya. But she is not remembering me, see? But finally, as soon as she remembered me, I immediately entered, because I was ready with Shadi. So I immediately provided. So Krishna, indirectly, he was telling that, that he is ready to protect his devotees, but we have to call eagerly. So it was test for Draupadi. But yet it says that Krishna repented and he said, I delayed to protect Draupadi. But after that incident, Krishna immediately, when he heard that Pandavas, they had been cheated on that gambling, he went to Kammakban along with other Drishadumna and other associates to see the well-being of the Pandavas. So, and especially in the powerful Prabhupada, said the unique position of Arjuna. Arjuna understood Param Brahma, whereas Brahmanas maximum they can understand in impersonal Brahma. Prabhupada actually said in one of his lectures, Arjuna is the eternal associates of Krishna. Like in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, who is Arjuna? Ramananda Rai. We have Nara Narayan Rishi, Arjuna. So Arjuna is there in all the first times of Krishna. In Dapara Yuga, 5 Pandavas, they appeared as tree on the bank of Radha Kunda. So in almost every first time, they are there. So they are eternal associates of Krishna. But in Mahabharata, because that is dealing with Karma Kanda, that's why it's not showing that they are great devotees. But we have to understand Pandavas through Bhagavatam, from the beginning few chapters of Bhagavatam. So that is a special position of Arjuna. And that's why Krishna selected Arjuna. Although all of them, 5 brothers, they were devotee of Krishna, but Krishna personally selected Arjuna to impart the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Because you see, Nakul and Sahadev, they were kind of quite junior and they could not take bold decisions. They are dependent on most of the time Yudhishthir Maharaj's instruction. And now left is Yudhishthir, Bhim and Arjun. Yudhishthir Maharaj is over righteous. Like, of course we can't say Yudhishthir Maharaj is great devotee, but like when Krishna told Yudhishthir Maharaj, you should tell lie. He said, no, how can I tell lie? He was hesitating to tell lie, Ashwathama. And when Krishna was checking, because we have to stop Dronacharya, he said, Bhim, can you tell? He said, I'm ready, I can tell lie. So Bhim is over passionate. So Krishna is teaching that over passionate and over righteous is not, it will not work with Krishna. But Arjuna was adjustable. So malleable Arjuna. So he could adjust whatever Krishna used to say. There is a beautiful story in Puranas. They say that once Krishna and Arjuna, they are sitting together in the garden, and suddenly Krishna, he looked toward the sky and he showed Arjuna, can you see there is an eagle coming down? And Arjuna said, yes, my dear Lord, I can see there is an eagle coming down. And after some time, when eagle came closer, then Krishna said, Arjuna, can you see there is a crane coming down? He said, yes, my dear Lord, I can see clearly it's a crane. After some time, Krishna said, no, Arjuna, it looks like a crow. He said, yes, Krishna, I can see clearly it's black crow. Then Arjuna got upset and angry. Krishna got upset and he said, Arjuna, initially I told you it's eagle, then you said it's eagle. Then I told you it's crane, you said crane. Now I am telling you crow, you are saying crow. How come one bird become three different types of bird? Then Arjuna said, my dear Lord, I don't know eagle, crane or crow, but I see whatever you see. Because you saw it was an eagle, you saw it was a crane, you saw it was a crow. That's why I also see. And then it says, if you would say that this crow is one horse is coming down, I would say, yes, this is horse. So that's why Arjuna's position was very unique. He was a great devotee of Krishna. That's why Krishna is another name, Partha Sarathi. Even when Prabhupada he established Partha Sarathi. Like he said, Krishna is another Partha Sarathi. Many scholarly people, they protested. How come when you say Partha Sarathi? The Prabhupada said, why not Partha Sarathi? So that is a special position of Arjuna. And in Purport, Prabhupada especially pointed out these Pandavas, they are so special that Krishna was living with them like an ordinary visitors. And that's why Prabhupada said in the Purport, he said, that's why these Pandavas, they said, Pandavas were in a still higher position than Brahmacharis and Brahmanas. Although they were Grihasthas, but Prabhupada is saying Pandavas, although they are Grihasthas, they are much higher than, their position is much higher than the Brahmacharis. And Prabhupada's famous statement, Bhagavad Gita, I think 5th chapter, Gya Sanit Sannyasi, on that lecture Prabhupada made this point, Grihastha Sannyasi. That became quite popular amongst household devotees in ISKCON because Prabhupada said that point, Grihastha Sannyasi. I think Prabhupada was giving a lecture on Bhagavatam and he was describing basically different ashramas, speaking about Brahmachari, Grihastha, Brahmachari and Sannyas. So Prabhupada, quoting from some scripture, Prabhupada said that Brahmachari is said to have 50% sons to going back to Godhead. Sannyasi 75% and Grihastha 25%. Prabhupada is giving lecture. So all the devotees, most of them, they were of course that time brahmacharis, but one devotee, after that lecture, he asked question, Prabhupada, what about this devotee Saurabh Das? There was a devotee who was sitting in front of Prabhupada class. Because that devotee, he was all the Grihastha, but he was most of the time, he was living in the temple. He was living in a small hut, very austere. And he was working 18 hours for the construction of the temple. Prabhupada appointed him. But he had family, children, everything. So then he said, Prabhupada, what about this four of us? Because he also has 25% sons to go back to Godhead. Then Prabhupada stopped him. Prabhupada said, no, he is not a Grihastha, he is a sannyasi. Because he is rendering 18-hour service in the temple. And everyone was surprised by Prabhupada's statement. So that's why Prabhupada made here Pandavas like devotees. They are, much superior than brahmacharis, sannyasis, and other. Because see, practicing Krishna consciousness while residing in ashram and temple is easy. Coming to temple at 4:30 from ashram, crossing a bridge is very easy. But coming from home from few kilometers in winter season, it's not so easy. Just like example is given of Bhishmadev. To maintain celibacy in ashram or forest is very easy. But to maintain celibacy staying in a royal palace is not so easy. So Grihastha, they have so many responsibilities, children, social responsibilities, family. Even after we have so many exalted Grihasthas in ISKCON, much senior than ours. So that's why their position is much higher. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. Like, there's a beautiful story of Janak Maharaj and Shukadev Goswami. This is another Shukadev. Prabhupada said there are two Shukadev in Bhagavatam. So that Shukadev Goswami, he went to Janak Maharaj to take initiation. So Vasudev sent actually Shukadev Goswami when he completed his study and everything. So he wanted to take initiation. So Vasudev sent that now Janak Maharaj is the best person whom you can select as your guru. So he was very much renunciate. So he wore only a kopin and he was carrying a kamandul, nothing else. He was so renunciate, so detached. And he went to Janak Maharaj's quarter. So when he went to Janak Maharaj's quarter, then he was talking to Janak Maharaj, well-being, they are exchanging well-being. And in the meantime, one attendant came to Janak Maharaj. He said, Maharaj, there is fire. The fire caught on your army barrack, army cantonment. And Janak Maharaj said, it's okay, no matter. Whatever is there, everything is the will of Krishna, God. And Shukdev, on his mind, he is thinking, what type of king is he? Because army is the heart of the king, and his army members, they are burning, but he is saying, no, nothing. Everything is happening by the will of God. So they are talking. After some time, another attendant came. And he came, he said, Maharaj, now fire reached to the gate, boundary of your kingdom. Janak Maharaj said, it's okay, no matter, no, don't worry, everything is by the will of God. Now Shukdev Goswami on his mind, what type of king is he? People are going to die on his kingdom because of fire when he don't care. He should not become a king. And when they are talking, after some time, another attendant came. Maharaj, now fire is entering into a palace. Anytime you will die. As soon as Shukadev Goswami, he jumped, he held his kopin with his kamandul, he jumped to save his kopin and kamandul. Then Shukadev Goswami hold his hand. Janak Maharaj hold his hand. Janak Maharaj says, now tell who is renunciate, who is detached, you or me. You have only one kopin and one kamandulu, and you are trying to save your kamandulu and kopin. And I have big family, everything, but I am not attached. So Shukdev Goswami learned a lesson. And then, after that, he understood that I have to take initiation with Shukadev Goswami. So he said, my dear Lord, I want to take initiation from you. Then Shukadev Goswami said, no, you have to give a test. Only if you pass the test, then only I will give you initiation. What is the test? I will give you a pot filled with oil, fully. And you have to roam around my kingdom and come back to my palace without dropping a single drop of oil. I want to see your concentration. So Shukdev Goswami went out. And in the meantime, Janak Maharaj, he made all the arrangements to disturb Shukadev Goswami. So many dancers were there, women's, beautiful ladies, they were walking, fair, mela, so many things. But Shukadev Goswami came back. And then Janak Maharaj asked, what did you see, Shukdev, in my kingdom? And Shukdev Goswami says, my dear king, I didn't see anything because my only focus on this oil. So then not a drop of oil falls on the ground. But now will you give me initiation? He said, no, I will not give you initiation yet. You have to go back to your father. So he came back to his father, Vasudev. He said, I passed the test, but yet Janak Maharaj is not ready to give me initiation. Then Vasudev said, you may pass on the concentration test, but you need to become humble. Because you doubted the character of Janak Maharaj as a Grihastha. That's why you need to become humble. So it said Shukdev Goswami then went and he stood 12 years outside the courtyard of Janak Maharaj's palace near the garbage bin, dust bin. And there every day they are throwing garbage on Shukdev Goswami. And that's how he learned humility. And after 12 years, he got initiation from Janak Maharaj. So that's why Prabhupada made this point. But of course, Pandavas like Grihasthas are very, very rare. So it's not that we are encouraging that everyone should accept this ashram. Yes, there are many exalted devotees, but it's not so easy. Like when Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he was asked by some reporter, your father Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a great Grihastha. Why don't you become a Grihastha like your father? Then Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, I desire to have 100 wives to beget Krishna conscious children. But I am not sure that my children will become Krishna conscious like my father. And assured. So that's why I didn't get married. So it's basically, it's not so easy like Pandavas, like devotees. Even after 13 years of difficulties, she is praying Kunti Maharani Vipadatan Pusheshas. If we have Corona one time, can we say Krishna give us Corona again and again? So their position is very exalted, we can't imagine. Of course, there are many devotees like that we see now. Like today is the disappearance day of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He was also Grihastha devotee. Initially, childhood he got married. He was appeared in East Bengal, present Bangladesh. And childhood he got married, but his only attachment inclination was towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. Therefore, he left his home. He came to Vrindavan, and when in 1893, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he officially established Yoga Pit, inaugurated Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthplace. That time he moved there by the request of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was like a Siksha Guru. So he was also a Grihastha devotee because he was totally attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. There are many wonderful stories we heard about Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He is Nishkinchan devotee. There are so many wonderful pastimes of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, how he used to live in the toilet to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Someone wanted to donate him a kotir, but he was living in the toilet. The public commissioner, they came on that dharmashala. Then he locked the toilet from inside. They said, we will make a special hut for you. He said, I am very happy here. They wanted to give another rich man, he wanted to give him a hut. He said, these upside down boats are there on the bank of Ganga. Why I need a hut? And one big man, he from Calcutta, he wanted to meet Babaji Maharaj, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and his servant informed him. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj said, I will not go to meet any materialistic person. If he want to meet me, let him come. We will sit in the a small hut and we will talk Krishna Katha. And like one of his disciples, he brought some prasadam from a materialistic person's house. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he didn't talk to him for 3 days because you brought prasadam from a materialistic person's house. So strict, so powerful in his. And Sanatan Goswami's disappearance day, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was celebrating Sanatan Goswami's disappearance day. So he invited all the saint peoples, all the Babajis of Navadis Mayapur to come tomorrow, have a feast. And next day his servant, he says, Guru Maharaj, his servant, he says, Maharaj, Babaji Maharaj, where is the arrangements? No food, nothing is there. How will you feed so many saintly peoples and Babajis? He said, this is the feast of Harinam. And he used to sing this song, Gora Pahu Na Bhujyamin. That was his most favorite song. And he, Gaur Kishore Dasbaji Maharaj used to tell, this one song, Gora Pohu Na Bhujyamin, this song has all the teachings of Vaishnava scriptures so far. Should we sing? 5 minutes. Finish 5 minutes before Prasadam. So while roaming, wandering in Navadvip Mayapur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj used to sing this song. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Gora Poho Na Bhajiya Moino Gora Poho Na Bhajiya Moino Prema Ratana Dhana Prema Ratana Dhana Helayo Haraino Na Bhajiya Moino Prema Ratana Dhana Helayo Haraino Gora Poho Na Bhajiya Moino Adhane Jatona Kari Dhanate Agina Adhane Jatona Kari Dhanate Agina Apana karama doshe apani dubino Apana karama doshe Na bhajiya moino গোরাপহ না ভজিয়ামৈন সৎসঙ্গ ছাড়ি কৈন আসতে বিলাস সৎসঙ্গ ছাড়ি কৈন আসতে বিলাস তে কারণে লাগিল যে কর্মবন্ধ ফাঁস না ভজিয়ামৈন গোরাপহ না ভজিয়ামৈন বিষয় বিষম বিষ সতত খাইন বিষয় বিষম বিষ সতত খাইন গৌর কীর্তন রসে মগন না হইন না ভজিয়ামৈন গোরাপহ না ভজিয়ামৈন কেন বায়াছ এ প্রাণ কি সুখ লাগিয়া কেন বায়াছ এ প্রাণ কি সুখ লাগিয়া নরোত্তম দাস কেন না গেল মরিয়া নরোত্তম দাস কেন না গেল মরিয়া না ভজিয়ামৈন গোরাপহ না ভজিয়ামৈন জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় প্রভুপাদা 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 জয় প্রভুপাদা शिल प्रभुपाद की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज तिरुवाप तिथि महामहोत्सव की, गौर प्रमानंदे।